Hey, wat dan, partner? Of a parler du spray? Yeah, the politician left.
Hey,
See, how come we don't do a bottom line on that guy, Roger?
What's that?
Roger LeBlanc. Yeah, Bertrand, sorry.
Bert's a good fella.
Is he?
I think so, yeah.
So we need the bottom line back.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well,
We got no more journalists.
I'm not that far from retirement, Charles. Maybe I'll bring it back when I do.
You and Brad Woodside, side by side?
Maybe Brad Wood. I can think of a couple of good people that could sit down and do a little podcast.
Yeah.
That sounds like an idea.
So since you went to the dark side, when you
Yeah.
when you coming back?
Coming back from the dark side?
yeah.
Oh, geez, Charles. Probably when I retire, which is not that far away.
It's called survival, right?
It's called making a living, and but you know, it's in social development now. We're you know, I find every day that hopefully I'm helping somebody. So that's all good. It's not just.
That's the bottom line, right?
Well, that's the bottom line. If you can help people, you have a good day. If you can help one person, and I found in this new position that at least once a day, somebody is better off at the end of the day than they were at the beginning of the day.
What did you learn? What did you get involved?
I'll tell you what I learned more than anything else, Charles, is that especially in social development, but I worked in public safety as well, that the perception that it's just all bureaucracy and unfeeling and uncaring is really not accurate. I find that in social development, if somebody's, look, we can't help everybody. Sometimes the answer is no, but it's never automatically no. There's always a genuine effort by people to try to find a solution, try to find something that will help. That's the biggest surprise to me.
But what about going up the hill to the highest peak of the city, the regional office here in Fredericton? Do you think that's right?
Well, the regional office for social development's over on the other side of the river.
That's why I said the highest peak of the city.
Well, you know, that decision was made long before I got involved, and I don't, you know, look.
I know that.
I think the bus route does go. Does the bus route now go by?
They go there. Not even a bus shelter there in Nicole.
But does the bus still? I know that
the bus
initially it didn't go, but now it does. Look, is it an ideal location?
No.
Probably not.
No.
But I don't know what. I mean, obviously there's availabilities. There's all sorts of stuff that gets involved.
You go. The bottom line. The bottom line is bottom line. Looks like the bottom line. Everything here. Bottom line is, when you go there, there's nobody to talk to. They're all doing stuff over the phone. There's no comment. Like I remember, what was it called? Hurricane. What was it? Hurricane went by. Arthur. And they gave $140 to people that lost their food. I was there and I watched. It was amazing to see supervisors, caseworkers smiling, giving the check to they had to go to Victory and all that. Communication, face to face.
Yeah, and I think look at my observations are that there's still a lot of that most case managers do have face-to-face communications with their clients. You know, certainly the minister and I have gotten around now to 3 different regions, 3 different regional offices.
Who's the minister? There's 2 of them now.
2 of them, yeah. Minister, I've been around with Minister Horstman, but I also work with Minister Harris. And she'll be doing a similar tour around of the regional offices and stuff like that. But Minister Horstman and I have been to 3 regional offices so far. And, you know, a lot of time, you know, yes, we meet all the workers, but a lot of them aren't there. They aren't at their desk because they're out. They're out, you know, talking to clients, dealing with clients, doing that kind of thing. So, look, I think that... I think it takes a special kind of person to be a social
yes,
worker.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
It's a tough job, and everything that I've seen is there's a genuine will to do good. People come to work each day with the goal of hopefully.
Another issue. Do you think the home care workers should be unionized? Well,
So that's easier said than done. Number one, do I think home care workers should make more money? Absolutely. I personally feel that. You know, it's. I think that they're woefully underpaid. But again, that's and I think they just recently did get a bump through our government. You got to remember too that the government doesn't employ these people directly. No. They're employed through through
and that's why they've been non-unionized, and it could be. And these days, like I always say, our nurses are unsung heroes, and union is safety. We're getting older. This is the oldest per capita, the aging group that's going. We're going to have more nursing home, more home, but these workers have no protection. Is it time that we really look at this issue? What do you think? Well, that's the bottom. What's the bottom line here?
Yeah, I feel for. I know a lot of home care workers. I think they do a tremendous job, and as I said before, I think that they're underpaid. There are a lot of occupations, Charles, that are overpaid, and there's a lot that are underpaid. So, whether I guess that's something that the workers would have to find some way to organize.
They can't do that. They'll be fired right on the spot.
Because again, they all work for small.
Yeah. Is it time we do a study to see maybe to protect these workers?
I'm really not knowledgeable enough to know whether what can be done or what can't. I mean, again,
you're more knowledgeable than Steve Horseman.
I wouldn't.
What's the bottom line? What's the bottom line here?
No, the minister
is very knowledgeable. Yeah.
Is not only knowledgeable, but he has way more stuff that he has to digest than I do. So, he's got a lot of things that he has to be on top of and aware of. So I would never say ever that.
No. Bottom line. No. I'm joking around here.
I
but that's all right. I'm an agitator. So, bottom line here, how can we do some kind of a hearing or a study on our home care workers? I know one across the river that just been fired over the telephone.
Right.
Been there for 3 years.
Yeah.
And something like that. And there's other people that's... The old citizen needs to be protected. The only way they can be protected is they have unionized employee working for them. Right now it's just big private contract.
Are there places where unions could do so? I don't disagree with you. I worked in an industry where most of the employees were not unionized and employers took advantage. Absolutely, but I would think that a union could help any group that is not getting treated the way they
But they need the help of the government. They need the support of the government.
Well, how can the government... I guess I'm curious as to how the government could help.
Invite leaders of QP or leaders and discuss the issue. How the bottom line here is money. I know it's money.
Government, though, Charles. If any effort to unionize has to be driven by the workers.
So you mean stand up with a sign, no more, and then union,
I think any group. Hi, do you miss us?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
You could talk to her if you want to.
Yeah. Anyway, we miss being there for sure. Sorry.
Bottom line is the workers will not. This is New Brunswick. This is not Quebec. They're not going to turn around and say.
But government can't force a union on anybody. I mean, so any group of workers are certainly, whether it's a small group or whether it's a larger group, that's how unions. They have look at the unions are certainly welcome to go and approach whoever they want and say, look, do you think we could help you as a union? But it's got to be. I mean, government can't go, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, of course. This is the bottom line here. We're just having.
Government can't say.
If you're out of a job after this interview, you let me know.
Yeah, there you go. I'll need a union, Charles.
Yeah, exactly. But the bottom line is, old citizen in the folks home and the special care home and the home care, they need protection.
I think everybody needs some kind of protection. I think
when you're old, you're not going to fight back.
And I think some employers are better than look at. It's a the employer-employee relationship has always been complicated. It all depends on, you know, some employers are very good, and in some cases they welcome unions. In other cases, there's no desire by the employees to seek protection from a union. In other cases, employers, no question, employers take advantage.
There's no money.
It's all, yeah, absolutely. And you know, certainly in those cases, there would be some benefit to unionization, I suspect.
How do you think this blogger is going to be treated when he end up in an old folks home?
Well, I think he should start a bloggers union, Charles.
A bloggers union? There's only one. There's only one
here, but
Thank God.
But you know, there's strength in numbers.
Okay, what's the bottom line of this conversation we just had? What's the bottom line?
On the compensation?
On the conversation we just had. What's the bottom line?
Bottom line is, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Charles. You ask good questions. I try to answer them as honestly as I can. You know, and yeah, so keep doing what you're doing.
I apologize for ruining your beautiful day.
No,
See this
you
camera?
didn't ruin it at all.
So now we know the bottom